I'm here with Humanoid after today's win against MKOI 3-1. You finally got to play your first BO5 in Fearless, right? How do you feel after this win? I mean, you gave yourself a little fright in Game 4, right? But your read on their play kind of saved the day at the end. Overall, what are your thoughts on Fnatic performance today?
Uh, I think for sure in the fourth game we played pretty bad with the lead. I think maybe we were a bit tired and did not focus too well. But I think in the first games uh, we played together and we played aggressive. So I think for sure in the first games we played pretty good. In the third game we were completely destroyed in the early game. Then it was unplayable. But I think we still played fine after that. So yeah, I would say it was like a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Um, I also have to ask you because of that game 4 where Jojo was the main focus, and you had a very big lead over him. How does it feel to finally humble him, especially after he has been very vocal about you all split long, right? On an even larger scale, how does it feel to finally break the curse you maybe had against NA mid laners?
Uh, I don't know if I had a curse. I mean, I lost twice to Liquid, I guess, or maybe three times. I don't know. But that's the only team. It's just Team Liquid. It's not any other
Yeah, but
NA.
because also you only lost this split in regular season was against MKOI, right?
True, true. I mean, that was like, guys, the first game that we lost, draft was completely unplayable. I'm not gonna lie, so that doesn't even count, okay?
Okay, okay,
But yeah,
okay.
I mean, it feels good to be honest. It feels pretty good to beat them.
Okay. And Jojo, especially because of all that banter, does it add any extra pleasure to it?
I mean, I guess a bit, but he wasn't really talking too much in the games. Like he was only chatting in the first game, which was
Okay.
kind of surprising. After that, he wasn't really using chat. I guess maybe he saw that they got completely fucked, and then he stopped chatting. So yeah.
Okay. But you said they didn't talk too much, but I saw upset with saying the old chat was too disrespectful today. Can you tell me what happened?
I mean, I think like he wasn't talking much, Jojo Poon. I think the others were talking a bit, but it was just like a bit like when we are losing, they say like some just toxic thing. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't really care. Like for me, uh, but yeah, they were just trash talking. But it's kind of weird to like trash talk someone that you don't know.
Okay.
For me, because I've never like spoke to them in my life, and it's like weird that they just try to talk shit about you in like 2 weeks before the game. It's like okay, bro. But yeah.
Okay. So whatever. To go back a bit on this split in general for Fnatic, I got the impression that you had taken on G2 status in the league after the regular season. You seem to be the clear favorite to win it all, but in the end they beat you 2-0 in playoff. If you had to recall on that momentum you had, did you feel the same way, like you were the clear favorite? And do you think like what happened against G2 has kind of shaken expectation?
I mean, I know coming into the playoffs that there is three teams that can win, which are the three teams that are left.
Okay.
I think everyone else is very far behind. So I definitely did not think that like we are gonna stomp everyone. I also think that the being first in regular season, like the first 9 games, is completely useless. So it does not really mean anything. It probably just means that you won one best of one against the other teams, right? And we also had like insane drafts in most of our games in the regular season, so we just got 3 wins from before the game even started. So yeah, I just felt like there's three teams that are pretty close together, and any one of them can win.
Um, you also Fnatic this year only changed their bot lane. Now that you've experienced kind of a full split with Upset and Mikix, what do you think are the main differences between them and No and June? I guess communication, right? But I don't know.
Uh, I think we are more playing aggressive, and everyone is communicating more. I think we had some issues last year with not many people like communicating that much. So right now it feels easier to play, and we have many people that have a plan to do something and then force other people to do their thing. So whenever someone has a lead, we can actually play around that guy and then force our lead.
What's your take on the mid laners in Europe right now? Because I personally feel like the mid lane in GLEC has improved in recent years, um, with the arrival of promising rookies and players like Jojo and everything. Do you feel the same way? And would you say this is the world where LEC is the most competitive as of today?
I think 100%. I think ever since I joined, I think there was always like, I mean, there were not 3 teams that were good, I think, ever. So for sure, right now it's the most competitive, and I think there's probably 4 millions that are good, which is more than most of the time. So yeah, I think it's for sure more competitive than usually.
Some people had doubts about your motivations level before the start of the season, and I feel like in general, people are very quick to criticize when it comes to you and some of your performances. What's your take on that? And do you think, like, do you kind of understand why the public is so demanding towards you?
Uh, I'm not sure. I think I have made it to Worlds every single time I played, so like every single year since I joined LEC. Uh, and I guess if I finish second, then I'm just a loser, which is true, which is true. But yeah, it's basically if I don't win, then I need to get benched, which is the narrative, I guess. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. I mean, I guess it will happen again if we lose. So yeah, I don't mind.
But do you like now? Do you have like more ability to tank those critics, or is it hard sometime?
Uh, I think I'm fine with it. I mean, it only started when I joined Fnatic because when I was in a different team, like no one cares if when I was Madlands, if Madlands do bad, but since Fnatic is like a big org,
And you did
then I
well with
think
Mad Lion, so.
yeah, yeah, true. But I think going into like a famous org like this, it just comes with it. You know, it's just expectation.
Um, Also, many people aren't surprised that Fnatic is in pole position at the start of the year. Um, but I know something that you won't be the team with the best scaling over the course of the year. I heard Grabs talking in Euphoria about it and putting a lot of emphasis on scaling with this team. Any thoughts on that? And are you confident in the ceiling of this Fnatic team despite the fact that you're mostly veterans?
You mean like scaling over the course of the
Yeah,
year?
yeah, over the course of the year, yeah.
Uh, I mean, I always like to think that whenever someone says, "Oh yeah, I know we are doing really bad, but it's a long-term project," that it's just like it's just like an excuse. So I would not expect us to just like there is nothing you can do to like scale better. It's not like you practice differently to be better in 4 months
Yeah.
than to be better now. So I think every team is doing the same. So I would expect us to just have the same growth as any other team, to be honest, and nothing special.
Okay. So tomorrow you'll be up against Casey. How confident are you coming in into this series? Do you think they are like a much better opponent than MKOI?
I think they are better, yes, for sure. I think I'm not sure if we would win if we play like today because I don't think we played that well. So we'll have to see. But I think for sure after we like I think playing 2 best of 5s in a row in 2 days is like easier to get used to the stage. So I think we would just play better tomorrow. So
But
I think it's actually
maybe they have also like more information about what are your
yeah,
picks
that's
and
true.
everything.
That's true. They have information, so that's the only bad thing. But I think like being comfortable and on stage is more important. So I actually think it's a plus that you can go from the lower bracket,
Okay.
especially since Fearless is new. So you can actually try out the things in game 4 or 5 that you practice.
Okay. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Best of luck for tomorrow and see you around.
Thank you. See you.